The story opens with an old man, limping as he plays a flute. He tells us that the mountain in this region is known for devouring anyone who dares to enter. But even with that warning, 5 brave hunters led by Ken-san decide to ignore the taboo. Fully armed, they make their way into the forest, where a thick fog covers everything around them. Not long after they enter, Bo-tang, one of the hunters, senses something large nearby. And he is right. A massive Chinese rat snake suddenly emerges and attacks. Sao Wo quickly uses a rope from above to restrain it, and He-tang, the archer, brings it down with a perfectly placed shot. The giant snake falls, but their relief does not last. Another snake appears, even more aggressive. One by one, the team members vanish, struck down without a chance to fight. Even Guan-san, who is skilled with a staff, is defeated. In the end, Sen-san is the only one left standing, and it is then revealed that this monstrous creature has the upper body of a human. The next day, the scene shifts. A small family is preparing snake soup in their kitchen, but soon they realize their home is being terrorized by a terrifying serpent. To deal with it, they call 2 renowned snake tamers, Hosu and his assistant, Chow. After inspecting the house, Hosu discovers the cause. The family has broken 3 sacred taboos. They killed a mother snake protecting her eggs, a very old snake resting in a grave, and a baby snake that had just been born. They admit that they did it because they were tempted by a large payment offered by a collector. While Hosu is checking one of the rooms, the largest Chinese rat snake appears and nearly attacks the hunter's wife and baby. Staying calm, Hosu tells Chow to open the cage holding their captured snakes. The sight and scent of its own kind causes the giant snake to retreat and leave. After the job is done, Chow explains that long ago the villagers were well-known snake hunters. They often harvested snake bile to create youth-preserving medicine. Because of that greed, the village was said to have been cursed by nature. When they reach the village entrance, Hosu shares the payment for their work. He gives Chow the larger portion, knowing Chow is deeply in debt. He also leaves a small amount for the limping old man who is asleep at the guard post. Soon after, Ken-san returns, bringing the bodies of the 5 hunters who died in the forest the night before. When one of the men carrying the stretcher slips, Hosu instinctively steps forward to help. Chow tries to warn him not to get involved, but it is too late. Sen-san approaches them, points a gun at Chow, and challenges him to a deadly guessing game. But Hosu calmly takes the gun and points it to his own head instead. He confidently states that the gun is empty. He pulls the trigger. No bullet fires. He laughs at Sen-san, calling it a childish trick, then walks away into the dense forest, leaving Sen-san behind in silence. The scene shifts to a memory. 2 young brothers are playing in the forest. The younger one finds an injured little girl and tries to help her. But without warning, the girl attacks him in a violent and shocking way. The older brother tries to defend him using a small knife, yet he is unable to save either of them. This terrible moment is revealed to be a memory from Hosu's past, a trauma that has stayed with him for years. It is also the reason he continues to fight and why he refuses to give up searching for his missing brother. And that was the beginning. This is the Snake Girl. The next morning, Hosu and Chow set out to meet Sen-san to accept a mission into the Forbidden Forest. Along the way, Chow looks deeply uneasy. He knows that the men who died the previous night were not ordinary fighters. They were the strongest warriors of their tribe. Even so, Hosu accepts the mission without hesitation, driven by only one purpose: to find his lost brother. Meanwhile, Sen-san is already waiting in a vehicle with his manager, Jang. She appears youthful and composed, even though her true age is much older. With a calm expression, Sen-san feeds her raw snake meat as if it is entirely normal. Soon, Hosu and Chow arrive. A group of elite soldiers is already assembled, preparing for Sen-san's second attempt to enter the forest after the first failed mission. When they reach the starting point, Hosu makes it clear. He is not here for money. He is only here to find his brother, who disappeared inside the forest. With that, the group heads into the dense wilderness, but they do not get far before encountering something disturbing. The river ahead is filled with the remains of animals and humans. Hosu warns them that this is a sign to turn back. But Xiao, the leader of the special forces, responds with threats instead of caution. Chow quickly steps in to calm the situation, allowing the group to continue. As they move deeper, the atmosphere grows heavier. Hosu smells something metallic, something rotten in the air. He warns that the ground around them has already been marked. They are being watched, surrounded. But Wang Shi brushes off the warning and even spits on the soil. Soon they arrive at an area filled with old gravestones. Wang Shi, distracted, falls into one of the open tombs where dozens of snakes are coiled inside. Panicking, he prepares to shoot them. Hosu stops him, saying it is a grave taboo. But Shio hurls a Molotov into the tomb, burning every snake inside. The sky darkens instantly. Thunder roars across the forest and the wind becomes violent. At that moment, Sen-san's tracking device detects the movement of something enormous. And sure enough, a colossal Chinese rat snake emerges from the fog and charges toward them. Gunfire erupts from every direction until the creature finally collapses. After the creature is defeated, the forest grows quiet again. Hosu decides to move ahead on his own, hoping to find a clue that the others might have missed. He walks through the dense fog until he reaches a small lake. There he sees a mysterious woman bathing in the water. Her presence feels eerie, almost unreal. But when Chao arrives to see what Hosu is looking at, the woman disappears without a trace. The group continues their journey. Soon, a strange sound echoes from deep within the woods, putting everyone on high alert. Sen-san panics and fires his weapon toward the western tree line. But the real threat comes from the opposite direction. A serpent woman with the body of a snake and the upper form of a human bursts from the fog and attacks with incredible speed. One by one, the soldiers fall. Sen-san is dragged away, but Hosu rushes in and manages to save him. When the creature turns her fury on Hosu, he skillfully loops a rope around her and restrains her. Once she is immobilized, Sen-san steps forward and drives a dagger into her shoulder, weakening her enough to trap her inside a cage. They transport the serpent woman on a truck through the rain. But during the ride, Hosu cannot stop thinking about the dagger Sen-san used. The carvings on its handle are familiar. It is the exact dagger belonging to his missing brother. He brings the truck to a stop and confronts Sen-san, his eyes filled with suspicion. Before he can speak, something strikes him from behind. When Hosu wakes up, he is inside a laboratory filled with snakes and the stench of blood. His body is tightly bound with tape. Around him are jars containing pieces of snake flesh and surgical tools. Chao is also being held captive nearby. The serpent woman is strapped down, sprayed with chemicals, and her DNA is being extracted. This laboratory belongs to Jang, the director, who has been using snake DNA to keep herself young. Before long, Sen-san enters the holding room. He reveals the truth. He is, in fact, Hosu's long-lost brother. Hosu is overwhelmed. He has searched for him for so long, but Sen-san shows no warmth. He tells Hosu that it is already too late. 20 years ago, Sen-san was rescued by Jang. But instead of freedom, he witnessed a professor being tortured in this very facility. From that day forward, he became part of the dark experiments carried out here. Sen-san then takes out a weapon and plays his twisted bullet-guessing game once more. This time, he turns the weapon toward Chao. With a quiet, resigned look, Chao glances at Hosu one final time. The shot is fired. Chao falls. Meanwhile, in the control room, Jang watches the serpent woman through the security cameras. But when their eyes meet, the creature smiles back at her. Realizing the danger, Jang orders nerve gas to be released. But it is already too late. The serpent woman breaks free and releases all the experimental snakes into the facility. Chaos erupts. The elite soldiers try to contain the outbreak, but one by one, they are taken down in gruesome and unstoppable attacks. Meanwhile, Sen-san relaxes in another room, unaware that the entire facility around him has already descended into chaos. In another part of the lab, Hosu is still tied up with tape, moments away from being executed. But just as the executioner raises a blade, the serpent woman bursts in and attacks. Strangely, she does not harm Hosu. She only takes his glasses, then slips away into the shadows. Suddenly, the limping old man appears, his face hidden behind a mask. He cuts Hosu free. Once released, Hosu immediately goes to Chao, frees him from his restraints, and gives him a quiet, final farewell. It is in this moment that he realizes the old masked man is the same limping guard from the mountain village. When asked who he really is, the old man simply says he still has unfinished business in this place. Together, they move through the dark corridors of the laboratory, searching for a way out. But when they reach a crossroads, the old man stops. He tells Hosu to continue alone, then turns back toward the depths of the lab. Elsewhere, Director Jang finds herself face-to-face with the serpent woman. The creature has been waiting for this moment. She lunges and drags Jang into a pit crawling with countless small snakes. It is here that the truth is revealed. The serpent woman was once a child rescued long ago by Hosu, only to be captured and used as a test subject in Jang's experiments. She had been transformed piece by piece into this monstrous form. Now surrounded by the very creatures that share her pain, Jang becomes the one who suffers. Shen-san arrives just in time to witness it, but instead of helping Jang, he ends her life and declares his intention to take control of the entire laboratory. When the special forces arrive, he lies, blaming everything on the serpent woman, and orders them to hunt her down. Once they leave, the serpent woman returns, approaching Shen-san. But he has already set a trap, activating an electrified containment cell that traps her inside. As Sen-san prepares to finish her, the limping old man steps in front of her and is shot. Before Sen-san can fire again, Hosu arrives and the two brothers finally confront one another. They clash in a desperate fight, fueled by betrayal, grief, and everything left unsaid. During the struggle, the old man, now dying, begins to play his flute one last time. The sound awakens a memory in the serpent woman. The old man was her father. Long ago, he was a professor in this very lab, and he had tried to save his daughter from Jang's experiments, but failed. Her grief turns into fury. With her full strength, she shatters the electrified cage and launches herself into the fight. She coils around Sen-san, lifting him and sending him crashing down onto his own dagger. Sen-san dies by the very blade he once carried. The serpent woman then approaches her father's body. She remains there silent for a long moment. Then she walks toward Hosu. She whispers something he alone can hear and turns to leave the lab. When she steps outside, the special forces simply stand aside, watching. None of them dare to stop her. A short time later, Hosu walks alone through the forest, following her trail. As if the two of them are connected by something unspoken, he keeps moving deeper into the trees. So the moral of the story is if you see a giant snake in the forest, maybe just go home and eat instant noodles instead of trying to fight nature like you are the main character.